Hello, welcome back to Video Games and Such. Now, it just occurred to me that I just happen to be in a spot where I don't lose health, which is really lucky because I forgot about that. So I'm going to enter the underground layer. So that's what those froggy thingies look like. And there's those things. Lost a bit of health there. Alright, I can't dilly-dally too much. There's not really any room for dilly-dallying in hard mode. So, one of the things you might be wondering is on the previous video, when I got that treasure chest underwater, what that last thing was. And also, you'll notice there's an icon at the top of the screen with the number 2 next to it. What is that? That is a potion. So what happens is, when you run out of health, if you have a potion, the potion will heal you. Depending on how many hearts you have in the first place, you'll get anywhere from 1 to multiple. Perfect. That's lucky. So a little heart just gives you a little bit, and a big heart will fill you up all the way. But what the big heart does is kind of like what the potion does. Just depending on how the potion's feeling, it'll give you different amounts of health sometimes. So, we're getting to the tail end of this one. So you can have any combination. So you can have old graphics and new sound if you want. Of course. There's the yellow enemy. So it comes up earlier than I remembered or thought. And you can already tell, much harder. Alright, there goes my potion, or one of them. So here's the secret here. Kind of worth it. Get another potion anyway, so even though I lost my potion, I'll survive. This bit's kind of like a bit of a maze. Kind of. Alright. And here is the second dragon. The mummy dragon. And here's what it looks like on the new graphics. So, with the bosses, the sprites are a lot bigger, so they had a lot more room to express themselves. So the modern versions don't look that different from the originals. They're just much more detailed. This one, they did lose the blue colouring though, generally. There's a touch of shadowy blue there, but it's not nearly the same bright colour, so they did go a bit different, but that's just stylistic, creative choices, really. But this one, not too hard. On hard mode, it's a lot harder because it has more health, but that's okay. It should hopefully be okay there. We do certainly have plenty of potions at the moment, so that will make it easier, but you notice the health up the top going down slowly but surely. Certainly if I didn't have the mithril sword, I would have a lot more trouble with this boss. And you may say, hey, wait, what do you mean mithril sword? You don't have a sword. Well, that's true, but when you get the items as Lizard Man, it just affects the swords affect your attack. So it makes your breath stronger somehow. Don't ask me how. Video game logic, that's how. So, from what I understand, in the original game, the sprites for the dragons were done on the background layer, which is why there's no background, which is why it's black. Which is interesting, because I imagine that if they didn't do it on the background layer, they wouldn't be able to make them as big. So it's kind of a programming trick, which is really cool. It's one of the things I like about older games is where even though the system may have certain limitations, the developers find little tricks to kind of make better graphics, better sound, and so on. So here we have Mouse Man. Mouse Man is the second creature you transform into. The third if you include Human. So Mouse Man is very unique because Mouse Man is small, and Mouse Man can fit into small gaps that everyone else can't. And also, Mouse Man can walk on walls, the ceiling, as long as they're in that checkered pattern. So this is Mouse Man's kind of reward. It's easy enough to miss this bit though, especially if you've never played the game before, so if you weren't really paying attention, you could probably just, just drop down there. But if you do notice there's a door, and you also know how to climb on the walls, then you can access it. So that takes me back to the town, the village. Here's a dancing shield. I'll grab one of them. Now, let's have a look. So, you notice on the left hand side there's a picture of a sword and a shield. The sword is my attack strength, shield is my defense. So, it's a fairly decent difference. And dancing shield, 47, 56, 89. So I'm a lot stronger than I was before. Now, one thing that is something you might not pick up on if you play this is that each character, each creature has their own kind of base attack, base defense. So they're not necessarily all gonna be the same. And also, some items are better suited to some characters. So that's just something to keep in mind. It comes up a bit later. So this screen looks a bit different on the new graphics, a lot more shiny and beautiful. But you can't get past the classic. Yep, just a bit of the music and so on there. So, back here again. Now, there are a few things I can do while I'm here. I can do this. And I can do this. Oh wait, I can't break that. But I will be able to eventually. Spoilers, again. So, look, I can now go over this. Fantastic. And, hey, some things I can't afford. So much for that. Alright, it's our friend the sun again. The sun, why do I keep calling it the sun? It's a cloud. This one's green. It's a bit harder to kill. And also, the things it drops, the flames that it drops, they stick to the ground and don't disappear. But here we have the blue one. And his, they can follow you, and they will follow you. Those crystals, you can kill them, but on hard mode it's not worth it because there's not enough time. Alright, now prepare for more secrets. More spoilers. There's something somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Bit of cash monies. Now, I'm a bit torn. I kind of want to go back and get some of that sweet armor and stuff. But I also know that there's more armor and stuff here. So I'm just gonna go this way. For now. over here. It's a lot cheaper. So what I might do is I'll pick up, what was it? Alright, screw it, I'll just get these 3. Hopefully I will be strong enough. So this is the music in not FM. So quite different. And this is the music in modern style with live instruments of all sorts of interesting instruments. Now I don't have the soundtrack to this, but I would like to get it because there are some alternate recordings that they didn't use in the game, and I'm very curious to hear them because there are, many ways you could interpret the music from this game. In many ways indeed. So here's the skeletons. That's what they look like. Look like they're wearing eyeshadow, kind of, in the original. And they can be very annoying. They like to jump all over the place. Now, I'm going to change to the boomerang. It's useful on this level. Now, I couldn't remember it from the original, but apparently Lizard Man can only use 1 at a time, but everyone else can use 2. And that noise means that I don't have any left. Or otherwise that I can't use more than 2. Does not make that noise in the original, as I will demonstrate. But it is very handy that the boomerang can pick up items and money and things, so very useful. Should use these more often. They're really useful. Forgot how useful they are. Especially those fellows. I missed out on that. Whoops. Very useful indeed. Definitely don't want to jump until I've got the boomerangs back, so I don't lose them. Now the boomerang isn't as strong as the sword, but it's just, it's long distance weapon, so it's a lot more useful in that respect. Now the item drops are mostly random. I think there are some enemies who will drop specific things or be more likely to drop specific things, but aside from that, reasonably random. That fellow has a key. Now, I go down here first. I'm sure there's a secret here somewhere. But I don't want to ruin it, so I won't reveal it. Yay, that's what I needed. So there's just a bit of extra help there. So we have medicine. I have 2 already. don't really need another one. In fact, I'm pretty sure I know where to get one, so I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to return because I've got things to do. I'm not going to bother killing those enemies again. Don't have time. Oh, a yellow one. So this is Mouse Man's stage. Now, once again, if you look at that, you think, that probably kills me. But nope, you don't die. You go here, and there's a door there. And you can go in the door, and you can get some cool items. And I believe that one of them is a medicine, a potion. So that's why I didn't buy one, because I didn't want to waste my precious gold on it. So let's see. There we go, see? Now, the other thing is you can only hold a maximum of 3 of them. Now on the original game, on the counter for the medicine, it would have a 0 next to it, 03. So it would make you think that you could have as many as you like, or up to 99. But nope, you could only get 3. So they got rid of that 0 in this, which I think was a good decision, because it's just kind of teasing you otherwise. Just lost some health from the time thingy. I'm not too worried about not beating this level because I've got 3 potions, so it should be okay. Now, they did change one thing about the physics of this game, and that's that you can still kind of move while you're attacking, while you're attached to the checkerboard, because I believe in the original you had to kind of stop to attack. Something like that. They changed something there. I think I was mentioning before there are a few minor tweaks to the game. Again, just to make it a bit more modern and a bit more accessible. One of those tweaks that's pretty welcome change, to be honest, is when you go to the shops, in the original, if you didn't have enough charm points, you would just not be able to see what was in the store. So certain things would just show with a blue question mark next to them. Now, the way you get more charm points is you can pick up these charm stones, which aren't in this. They are in this, but they're not used in the same way in this. Or you would basically, each character would have higher charm than the previous one. So once you got up to another character, you could get better items as well. But that's one annoying thing, because you know, in today's day and age, you don't want to go to a shop and then not be able to see things there at all, because that's just not fair. It's just a tease. Now, I would love some health. I hope someone gives me health. Nope, not this time. I'd love to stick around and, you know, try and kill enemies again after they respawn, but I don't really have time for that. So this one looks like a maze, but it's pretty linear. Oh, wow. Whoops. What I was trying to do there was lose all my health so that it would use a potion, and then I would pick up the potion, but it definitely backfired on me. And there goes the potion. Speaking of potions. So that tune there, that plays when you're falling, that's actually a song from the arcade version of Wonder Boy in Monsterland. I didn't find that out until years and years and years later. I just always thought of it as the falling song. But Wonder Boy Monster Land, the Master System version, which is the one I grew up with. It's very similar to the arcade game. The graphics aren't quite as good, but also the music's a little different. So there are some songs in the arcade game that just are missing altogether from the Master System game. So that's a cool little reference there. Now, I'm not even going to be able to kill him without the boomerang, but the item that he drops is probably going to just fall into the abyss, so I'm not going to bother. Alright. So I'm pretty close to the end of this one, I think. So let's just polish it off. And then it'll probably be about half an hour. I think about half an hour is a pretty decent length for videos. About kind of length of a half-hour TV show sort of thing. Maybe 15 minutes is better, but I don't know, it just seems to have worked out that pretty much every video that I've done has been approximately half an hour. So that's just kind of how it worked out. I think I'm going to have dinner after this one because I'm quite hungry. But I haven't played this for a while. Whoops. Whoops, another potion. Be careful there. I still want to kill these guys because they might give me some good items. It would have been useful about 30 seconds early, and so would that. But it reset the clock, so not too shabby. So, this is the zombie dragon. So, a bit of an interesting one. It kind of goes underneath the ground. In this one it's grey, but in this one it's kind of slime, so that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, it does look a bit weird. The wings kind of popping out from there. So nearly halfway there. So look, I should be fine. I'm a little disappointed that I've used 2 potions. One of them was my fault, but I was trying to be a clever fool. So that's what they look like. Generally with bosses, I don't want to bother using the boomerang because you want to hit them in the head and you too easily lose them. I don't want to lose my boomerangs because they're so useful. And I don't know when I'll be able to pick another one up, so I'll just hold on to them and not use them. I might even change weapons so that I don't accidentally even lose them. There we go. Now the spirit, you want to avoid the spirit until all the coins are gone if you can. Sometimes you won't be able to and it'll hit you before the coins have stopped. Such as like that, which is a little disappointing. Hey, look, it's the third transformation. It's Piranha Man, which rhymes with Banana Man. So, it's empty now. And what am I going to do there? Whew. I'll get 1. You got 1 out of me. I drive a hard bargain. So, I'll end this in a few minutes, but first I'm just going to demonstrate what is so useful about Piranha Man. Now, it's probably pretty obvious. This is it. You can swim. I can't break them, but I will be able to eventually, as I said. So it lets you access new areas you couldn't otherwise access before. Such as that, and also this place we were earlier. Yeah. The Aqua Shield. So let's see, what was the difference in our... What did I have before? Dancing Shield. 75, 120, so much more stronger. Or maybe I had the Shogun Shield. Anyway, a lot stronger. So, just trying to think if I should stop it there. You know what? I know exactly where to go next, so I'm just going to go there. And, oh no I don't, actually. I'm wrong. I thought I knew, but I don't. But I am going to go back to town. And I'll stop it there. But thank you very much for watching. This has been Video Games and Such. And I'm unemployed right now, so I'm trying to make as many videos as I can before I get a job. Because who knows how often I'll be able to do it once I have a job. I don't know. Maybe a lot. I'm not too sure. But anyway, it's been fun playing this game. I do very much enjoy this one. It's a classic and it's a game from my childhood, so I love it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.